Now this is what we're going to do in class, and hopefully this video won't be too long. Number 1 says to write each ordered pair and count the slope. So they gave us the points this time, which is good. So we're going to practice using rise over run. Now rise means to go up or down like we would on the ladder, okay? Because we're talking about the Y at the top. And running, we're going to go left or right because we're talking about the sidewalk, which means we're doing X. So Y over X, rise over run. So for number 1, I am going to go from this point, which is -2, +1, and this point, which is 2, 1, 2, 3, so 2, 3, and find the slope. You notice it says M because remember, slope is M. Here we go. Now, I can either go up or down, so I'm going to choose to start with A and go to B, which means I have to go down. Hey guys, will you pass me a marker? Thanks. Can I get a green one too? Perfect. I have guys in here helping me. Isn't this awesome? Y'all want to say hi?
Hi. Hello.
Okay, anyway. So now I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went down 4, which means -4. And now I'm going to go right 1, 2, 3, 4. Right 4 means +4. So I went down 4, that's -4, up to the right 4, that is +4. That means that this here, when finalized, is the slope. So -4 divided by 4 is 1. -4 divided by 4 is +1? No, it's -1. And so your final answer is -1. So what we have to do in class, if you're struggling with dividing or multiplying your integers, we can use the calculator. So don't forget to ask the teacher for the calculator. I want to show you how to do the number 4. Oh, before I do number 4, let me go back to number 1. Let's go the other way. Okay? Let's see if we get the same answer. So instead of going from A to B, I want to go from B to A. So we go up 4, but then we go left 2, 3, 4. Left 4. Now when you go left 4, that means that translates to +4 over -4, which gives you, again, a -1. Okay, so you have to be careful with the negative, because if you leave it off, that's incorrect. And how do I know that? Because this is going down a hill, and down a hill would mean you need a negative sign in front of the number. One other thing. If you see this as the slope, and you want to make it into a fraction, which we'll talk about a little later, just know the number you put at the bottom is not negative, it's positive. That's why we went down and right. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And for this one, it would look like this, which is up and left. Okay, let's do number 2. So if I am trying to find the slope, I have to rise or run. So I'm going to rise, meaning going up or down. And so to go from B to A, B is -2, -2. A is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 3, 4. I'm going to go from B to A. So I can go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me try make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So up 6. And then I have to run. And I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to the right 5. And if I go to the right 5, let's talk about what we did. Up 6 is a positive direction, so positive 6. To the right 5 is a positive direction, so positive 5. And that gives you 6 over 5. Now, of course, I want to go the other direction. So to go from A to B, I would have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So down 6. Hello? I did, I'm doing the video right now. I was going to ask you about the slope and X value, Y value, zero fun, and the undefined dead guy, but I figured out something. Okay. That was Miss Major. Okay, so I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means negative 6. And then I'm going to go to the left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's negative 5. So a negative divided by a negative, is that a negative or a positive? And if you're not sure, we'll practice in class and or use your calculator, but you should know a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And how can I justify that? This line is going up the hill, so my fraction or my final answer should also show that. A positive slope with no negative sign means it's going up the hill. Negative slope means it's going down the hill. So, sidebar for a moment. That actually means this. If I have this number here, does it mean this? No, it does not. A negative divided by a negative means a positive slope. So this is just 6 over 5. The next question is, if that's true, does this, when the negative sign is in the middle, does that mean this? No, it does not. The negative in the middle means negative 6 over 5 or 6 over negative 5. That means to go down 6 and right 5, or up 6 and left 5. So remember that. The two negatives mean a positive slope. When you have one negative, you will not have both of them. Both of them won't have a negative. The negative belongs only at the top or at the bottom, not both at the same time. So, on number 4, I want to show you how to pick the points so that you can actually count the slope. So I cannot choose this one here because it's not between the two lines. It has to be directly between the cross of the lines. And that one is almost, but the one I want to choose is that one. So, can I use that one there? Hopefully you said no. That one there? Hopefully you said no. But I can use this one. So now that we have our 2 points, find your slope, because you have to have 2 points to find the slope. This is going up the hill, so your answer needs to be positive. And this is going up 1, 2, 3. So up 3. And right 1, 2, 3, 4. Up is a positive direction. Right is a positive direction. My final answer is positive, and it is 3/4. It is a fraction. Your slopes need to be in fraction form, so make sure that you're seeing the fraction, which means on this question up here, if you had put this over 1, it would not be wrong. But when you put it over 1, do not make it negative just because it's a negative problem. I'm going to leave 5 and 6 for you to do, and number 3 for you to do in class. Let's do, you can do 7, 8, 9, because I've already explained it. I'm going to show you how to do number 10. So now we're going to use the slope formula, and it already labeled it for you. This is point 1. That's why it has a 1 there. This is point 2. That's why it has a 2 there. So the formula says take y2, plug it in, subtract off y1. Take x2, plug it in, subtract off x1. So let's plug it in. 1 goes first, minus 5 over 0 minus 3. Negative 4 over negative 3. And of course you can use your calculator like I said if you're having problems with the integers. Negative 4 over negative 3 gives us a positive 4 over 3. So the slope is 4 over 3. Moving on to 11 and 12, you can do those in class. Number 13, 14, and 15, you should be able to do that in class. It says plot the point, so you go and plot them. Draw the line, find the slope. So you can find the slope using this formula, or you can do rise over run. So I'll leave that for you in class. I'm going to do number 1 with you and number 4. It gives me a point, and from that point it wants me to plot the slope so that I can draw the line. So it says negative 2 over 3. My question to you, does the negative belong to both or just one? And hopefully you said just one. So that means this is wrong. Negative 2 means to go down 2. Positive 3 means to go right 3. Or up 2 and left 3. And as you can see, it does line up. So I'm going to use this envelope here for a straight edge. Draw my line. And now you see my linear equation that has been graphed. This is my linear equation that's been graphed. Okay? Number 4. It's a linear equation because it's a line, and you see the word line. All right, so number 4. It's not in fraction form, so I have to put it in fraction form, put it over 1. So this means to go down 3 and to the right 1. So down 3 to the right 1. But I could also change that to 3 over negative 1 and go up 3 and right 1. So up 1, 2, 3 and right 1. And then I use my straight edge. Hopefully you're using your ID badge. And now I see that this is linear. And whatever the linear equation was, it was graphed, and here's the result of it. So you can do the rest of them. Now we're going to look at the back here. Now instead of giving you the point, you're going to plot the point yourself. So be careful, because that's x equals 0 and y equals 2. So that's not this one. That's x equals 0, which is here, and then 2. Now plot the slope 3, put it over 1, go up 3, and over 1. Moving on. Number 10, it wants you to draw the line, and then find the slope. So plot the 2 points to draw your line, and then do your rise over run. Number 13, use the formula. And I'm going to change number 14 and put a negative somewhere, so just for practice. And so this is x1, y1, x2, y2. And this is 6 minus 3, because it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this becomes 3 over negative 4. So I want you to see what happens when you have the negative in there. Be careful. Make sure you write it in there. If I had left it alone without changing it, it would have been 6 minus 3 over 2 minus 2, which gives you this. And we will talk about what that means in class. This is the last problem I'm going to do, and I want you to guess and tell me. Does that mean 0 or undefined? Come to class with that answer.